So dapat makita natin ang difference ng domestic legislation and international legislation as far as international law is concerned. So yun yung distinction at yun ang ipinapaliwanag ni Kong Marcoleta na as far as international community is concerned, there's no such thing as West Philippine Sea. But as far as jurisdiction within our EEZ and inside the country, based on the Executive Order 29, Filipinos or even the political establishment of the country, they call that area where we claim as part of our exclusive economic zone as the West Philippine Sea. Malinaw yun. Ang problema sa mga tulad ni Tarela is sweeping kung magsalita. Naturingang spokesperson ng South China Sea sa Tarela pero hindi niya dinidiinan ang distinction ng tinatawag mong international level at domestic jurisdiction. Dapat alam niya to, spokesperson siya, my God.
Alam naman natin na itong administrasyong ito, yung mga mambabatas ay talagang aligned sa present administration. And nakikita niyo po ba na yung ganong klase ng pronouncement ay makakaresolba dito sa issue dyan sa South China Sea, sa West Philippine Sea? Kasi nga, sa kasalukuyan nga, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Wala silang magawa. Wala silang, kumbaga, nandun lang yung typhoon missile na sinasabi nila, na isa sa pamamaraan pa nila, nagkaroon pa nga sila ng kondisyones, no, na ibabalik ang typhoon missile system nila if ever na alisin yung mga hindi na manggigipit. Pero yun lang ang nakikita natin na parang yun yung nakikitang hakbang nila para hindi na maging intense ang ginagawa ng China. Pero other than that, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ginagawa ng China. Hindi nila mapigilan. And yun pa ang kanyang nabanggit. So, tingin mo makakaresolba ito ng lubusan sa sigalot dyan sa South China Sea, West Philippine Sea?
No, definitely not. Kasi parang ang ginagawa ni BBM nang iinis siya lalo sa China eh. Iniinis niya. Yun nga hindi ko maintindihan. You're supposed to be the president of the country. You're supposed to have this kind of strategic mind na ano mo, yung tulad ng China, may gitgitan ka sa South China Sea. Imbis na dalhin mo yung issue in a way na nasa proper venue, nasa proper forum, ginamit pa niya sa kampanya. I think it would aggravate more yung medyo hindi magandang relasyon ng Philippines and China at the moment under BBM's administration at lalo pang nagkakaroon ng alam mo yun, lalo pang nagiging mainit ang sitwasyon. Pero yun na nga yung problema sa Pilipinas they will definitely use the South China Sea issue in this campaign, in this midterm election. Lalo na ang senatorial slate at saka yung alyansa na nabuo ni BBM ngayong election para sa kanyang mga kandidato. Kasi feeling nila, kapag sinabi mong anti-China kami, tapos pro-China sila, ang mga Pilipino boboto na sa lahat ng kandidato nila. I really hope the Filipino people would study the issue more and make it, study the issue deeply. Kasi ang issue ng South China Sea, very intricate yan, very complex. There's a lot of things that many Filipinos, they don't understand. So, ang ko lang, sayang, naging bakya you know what I mean? Parang you're supposed to you elevate the discourse into something na medyo educational, but even him as the president, parang binaba niya lalo ang diskurso na dapat tinataas mo. So bumaba siya sa level na parang oops, lumang klase yan. Parang ganun ang reaction ko eh. So sa akin, I don't think it will really promote good relation between the country. Nang iinis siya, si BBM, and at the same time, ang optics niya ay totally hindi maganda. Kasi parang ang ginawa niya, PDP, ang kampo ni Digong, pro-China, kami anti-China. When in fact, as the government, you never do that. Because pag sinabi mong anti-China, you already made a proclamation or like a subtle statement that China is your enemy. Your government, its enemy is China. If you do that, it's a subtle way of saying it. That is the way I see it. So parang it should not be like that. Kasi hindi dapat ganon ang tayo ng Pilipinas. Mayroon man tayong gitgitan sa South China Sea as a country, may dispute tayo, pero we have to manage it in a way na medyo proper at medyo medyo diplomatic, hindi ganyan.
Correct.
So, yun yung tingin ko.
Yes, you think, Prof, na ever since naman talaga the admins putting China into the bad light, which is somehow, you think this could influence or this could be a useful tool for the BBM slate to at least somehow influence some Filipinos because alam naman natin, not everyone really understand about the disputed territory. You think like, if you ask like, yung mga pangkaraniwan na mga kababayan natin, when you talk about China, most of them like understand na, uy, ito sinasakop ang ating territory. Do you think somehow this is a useful tool for them to at least get some for their slate?
I think in some ways it's a tool that they can use to rally Filipinos to vote for their candidates. It is, and it has been used since before previous elections. Pero manipulative way of doing it, which is not good. Kasi supposedly naman, ano ba yan? Nang babaw naman ang diskurso ng mga kandidato nila kung hanggang dyan lang, di ba? So dapat siguro ang PDP laban, ang mga kandidato ni Digong, itaas nila yung level of discourse at hindi ganyang kababaw. Kasi nakakahiya naman, kakandidato sila for senators, kapag nanalo sila bilang senator, hanggang ganyan lang ang diskurso nila. My God, nakakahiya tayo as a country if that's the case. So I really hope na hindi bababa sa ganung level ang PDP laban at ang mga kandidato ni Digong na you reduce the South China Sea issue as if it is an issue between pro-China and anti-China, which is wrong. It's not about that. It's really about the dispute that is complex. There are a lot of claimant states and it's supposed to be not framed between China and the Philippines alone.
Correct.
There are all other claimant states including Malaysia, Vietnam na very active din sa South China Sea issue. So ganun siya, pero definitely to Franco, they will exploit the issue in a manipulative way, thinking na kapag ginamit nila ito during election, magkakaroon sila ng, they will be rallying votes to their side. Parang ganon. Pero for me, nakaka-turn off siya, to be very frank. So ako, kung ganyan sila, I would rather not vote for them.
How about, I think PDP Laban already started it when Kong Marcoleta corrected about the Tariela statement na legally recognized. Parang yun na yung umpisa, at least. Yeah, yun na yung umpisa na kung saan, at least, to educate every Filipino that about the West Philippine Sea issue. To tell them that this was just recognized within our jurisdiction only. Nothing more.
True. Yes, that is really true, Franco. I think mga tulad ni Kong Marcoleta, kakampanya ko na kasi ito matalino. Boto niya yan, mga kabansa. Yan talaga yung mga dapat nating ilagay sa Senado kasi may alam. At hindi ginagamit yung issue para lang mag-manipulate ng way of thinking ng mga tao. Ang WPS, kahit ipako nyo sa krus yung mga nagsasabi nito, ganito yan. Ang WPS is a term na kinoin during the time of President Benigno Aquino through an executive order number 29. During 2012 na itong WPS, ito yung tinatawag niyang pangalan doon sa exclusive economic zone na we are claiming as part of our exclusive economic zone. Lilinawin ko, exclusive economic zone yan, hindi territory. And that's within UNCLOS. Yun yung laman ng tinatawag mong Executive Order number 29. Ano yung term na yun? West Philippine Sea. In a way, because it's an executive order, within the jurisdiction of the Philippines, the government, especially the political establishment and the government institution, especially the foreign affairs, would use the term WPS or West Philippine Sea. But to put it at the international level, in terms of global recognition, international recognition, even countries, claimant states in the South China Sea like China, Vietnam, Malaysia, and others, they don't recognize it. Okay? So, yun ang totoo. Okay? Sa lahat ng mapa na mundo na international recognized map, there's no such thing as WPS. That is really the fact of the matter. Hindi ko sinasabi na sa Pilipinas hindi siya recognized. Yung sinasabi nga natin, within the jurisdiction of the Philippines, may tinatawag kang WPS because tayo ang nag-invent niyan eh. tayo ang naggawa ng executive order. Pero pag lumabas ka na ng Pilipinas, it's not recognized. It's not recognized at all, and it's not legally binding as well. So that is also a fact. So dapat makita natin ang difference ng domestic legislation and international legislation as far as international law is concerned. So yun yung distinction, at yun ang ipinapaliwanag ni Kong Marcoleta na as far as international community is concerned, there's no such thing as West Philippine Sea. But as far as jurisdiction within our EEZ and inside the country, based on the Executive Order 29, Filipinos or even the political establishment of the country, they call that area where we claim as part of our exclusive economic zone as the West Philippine Sea. Malinaw yun. Ang problema sa mga tulad ni Tarela is sweeping kung magsalita. Naturingang spokesperson ng South China Sea sa Tarela, pero hindi niya dinidiinan ang distinction ng tinatawag mong international level at domestic jurisdiction. Dapat alam niya to, spokesperson siya, my God. Oh, ano ba, spokesperson ka, dapat naglilinaw ka ng issue. Ganun yun dapat. Hindi yung sweeping ang mga statement mo as if like internationally recognized, legally binding. Come on, give me a break. We're not stupid people here. I'm not denying that there is an Executive Order 29. That's why it's being called West Philippine Sea by the Philippine government, because it's applicable within the jurisdiction of the country. But outside of the country, it's not recognized. And even if you look at the International Hydrographic Organization or IHO, walang ganon. Review nyo lahat ng mapa na internationally recognized, walang nakalagay doon na West Philippine Sea. Pero sa atin, we all know na mayroon tayong West Philippine Sea as far as Executive Order number 29 is concerned. Yun yung malinaw doon. So, yun yung issue. At nilinaw naman ni Kong Marcoleta yan. So, kaya nga mga kababayan, ang mga taong dapat yung tignan na iboboto nyo, yung nag-i-explain ng matino at educational ang dating, at hindi sweeping yung mga statement na parang binibilog yung utak nyo at ginagawa kayong bobo.
Paano po ba ma-recognize, ma'am? Kasi ang nabanggit niya, and I quote, how will the world's support our use of the term WPS if we ourselves undermine it? And maliban dito, yung Administrative Order, Executive Order 29, 2012 pa pala ito inilabas.
2012,
Noon bang lumapit tayo sa tribunal, West Philippine Sea ang gamit natin?
Yes. No, it's like this. The tribunal and even the arbitral ruling ng 2016, the whole proceedings and even the decision na pinagmamalaki nga nitong gobyerno natin na China is rejecting it, ang ginamit doon is South China Sea. Hindi gumamit ng West Philippine Sea. Kahit i-review pa ni Tarela yan, makikita niya na ang sinasabi ko totoo. Walang ginamit na WPS doon. Ang ginamit South China Sea precisely because the word South China Sea is more neutral and more recognized internationally. Pag ginamit mo kasi ang West Philippine Sea, then it would become a geopolitically charged term. Kasi ano yan Pilipinas ang gumagamit niyan. So mahirap yun. And you're in the international, you're in a tribunal Ang treatment mo, international to a greater extent.
Prof, yung
so ang ginamit ng tribunal, South China Sea.
Yung side po ba natin, sa Philippine side, noong lumapit tayo sa tribunal, ang gamit ba natin sa lahat ng mga paliwanag doon ay West Philippine Sea?
Yun ang hindi ko alam. Basta ang alam ko, ang tribunal and in the ruling, South China Sea. I would presume, since panahon ni President Benigno Aquino Jr., the third yan, and sa kanyang administrasyon nanggaling ang West Philippine Sea, probably they use the term West Philippine Sea in their some kind of statement and yung mga pleadings na sinasubmit mo dun sa tribunal. Pero as far as the tribunal is concerned, they use the term South China Sea and not the WPS.
Pero paano po,
Yun yung
paano po kikilalanin, kasi nga sabi niya dito na paano daw susuportahan ng buong mundo ang termino natin na West Philippine Sea kung hindi natin gagamitin ito dito sa ating bansa. Ano po ba yung ma'am? Meron po bang patakaran ukol dyan bago kilalanin ng buong mundo? Sa pamamagitan ba ng always na paggamit natin ng West Philippine Sea, tayo lang gumagamit ng West Philippine Sea, ay maitatatak na yan sa buong mundo?
No, that is not true na gagamitin mo ang word na West Philippine Sea, tapos sasabihin mo buong mundo maniniwala na may West Philippine Sea. That's so stupid, to be very frank. Ang ano kasi dyan, ilalabi mo siya. Pwede kang lumapit sa International Hydrographic Organization na ito yun. However, mahirap ang South China Sea kasi nga sabi ko nga, ang South China Sea issue, very complicated na issue yan. Mayroon kang China, mayroon kang Malaysia, may Brunei ka, may Vietnam ka, andyan pa yung island of Taiwan, which is a province of China, na nagkiklaim din. Sila-sila, may sarili-sarili lang pangalan dyan sa area na kiniklaim nila. Okay, sila din eh. Pero domestic nga ang jurisdiction niya. I mean, within domestic nila. So, hindi mo maa-assert ang West Philippine Sea even among claimant states because the moment tanggapin nila yan, that's already an indication that they are surrendering their claim. Na may overlapping claim eh. Kaya mahirap ang usapin ng South China Sea. Kaya nga ang tribunal, para maiwasan na magkaroon ng kulay, they use the word South China Sea because it's internationally recognized. Na yung area na yan, ang tawag dyan is South China Sea, even before Kopong-Kopong pa. So yun yun. So tayo, pwede naman natin i-assert yan, pero I'm telling you, that would be very, very difficult. There will be opposition to it. Precisely because the area is disputed. And the dispute is overlapping with different claimant states na mahirap pa kasi komplikado siya. Ang iba, they claim territory, sovereignty. Yung iba naman, tayo tulad sa atin, exclusive economic zone based on UNCLOS. So, even the claims itself are very complicated kasi may ang mga reference point nag-iba-iba. Territory yung iba, sovereignty yung iba, EEZ. Magkaiba yung territory at saka sovereignty and EEZ. Kasi ito, sovereign rights lang. Ito, soberenya ang pinag-uusapan. Ibig sabihin, pag-aari nila. Like Vietnam and China, they claim some parts of the South China Sea as their territory. Ang atin is exclusive economic zone. So, alam mo yon, if this term na WPS would be pushed to be recognized internationally, that would be very difficult. And I tell you, no one will agree to it precisely because the area is disputed. Yun yung kaya nga disputed siya, kaya nga mahirap, kaya nga komplikado kasi it's disputed. May gulo pa dyan, hindi pa yan settled. It can only be done kung masisettle siya. Ang problema, I don't even see in my lifetime or even in my children's lifetime na masisettle yan kasi magulo yan. Siguro, probably in 50 years to 100 years from now, siguro wala nang issue ng South China Sea because probably ASEAN will be one parang EU na ang dating. Parang European Union ang dating. Mawawalan ng issue ang yung South China Sea kasi it would be treated as a common area within ASEAN. Kung ang ASEAN will be like EU, European Union, na may supranational entity ka. Pero it's not like that. Hindi pa tayo nandun eh. So yung sinasabi ko, pwede naman. Pero ang tanong, do you really think it will be accepted by other countries? And do you really think other countries will accept it internationally just by talking about it? That will not happen. And that's a very futile exercise as far as the Philippines is concerned. So yun ang sinasabi ko. Kasi nga, bottom line, the area is disputed by many claimant states, including China and the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, even the island of Taiwan, and even Vietnam. So, sila-sila, mayroon din silang pangalan dyan kung anong tawag nila sa kiniklaim nilang area na ginagamitan nila ng sarili nilang lingwahe. So, pero yung applicability ng lingwahe na yun is within their jurisdiction kasi nga, disputed nga yung area. So, yun yung malinaw doon. So, yun yung sagot ko sa tanong mo.